If you're thinking about buying a new construction home in Northern Virginia, then this video is a must watch. Because it's not as simple as seeing a new construction home listed for $1 million and you actually paying $1 million. As there are so many unexpected costs associated with buying a new construction home. So in this week's video, I'll break it all down for you and share with you the real cost of buying a new construction home here in Northern Virginia. And this will give you some great insight on how much it's actually going to cost you, and you're not going to want to miss it. So sit back, relax, because we're getting started right now. Boom! Hey everybody, it's David, your favorite realtor, and welcome back to another video. Buying a new construction home. There's literally nothing more exciting in the real estate space than building your own home from scratch. But just like anything else in life, there's gonna be some pros and there's definitely gonna be some cons. And hands down, the biggest con to buying a new construction home is it is expensive. Expect to pay anywhere from a 15 to 25% premium for buying a new construction home versus a resale home. So not only is the sales price of a new construction home going to be way higher than a resale home, there's also going to be a lot of unexpected costs that you may not even be aware of. In fact, I didn't even realize a lot of these extra costs until I personally purchased a new construction home in 2022. Now having gone through it, I now see the whole new construction home buying process from a completely different perspective. And I'm very grateful I went through the whole new construction home buying experience, because now I can make much better videos to really help you with your new construction home buying process. Let's get started with the first unexpected cost with buying a new construction home here in Northern Virginia, with the advertised price versus the actual sales price. So when you're online, maybe looking at the Zillows of the world, and you see a brand new construction home listed for $929,000, you instantly get really excited because that's right in your price range. However, that is not the actual price. That is going to be the base price of the home. In fact, the pictures aren't even the actual home you would be buying. It's most likely pictures of the over-upgraded model. So that $929,000, that is only the base price. You still have to pick structural options, design options, you have lot fees, and a lot more. So the final number is going to get a lot higher than the advertised price. I use myself as an example. The advertised price of my new construction home was $580,000, and I ended up paying $665,000, so I paid $85,000 above the base price. And later on in the video, I'll break down exactly how I went from $580,000 to $665,000. Now, the exception to the advertised price rule is some new construction communities will have something called a spec home. That's where the builder picks out all the options. They pick out the flooring, the cabinets, the countertops, structural options, and these homes are usually close to completion. So with new construction spec homes, the advertised price you see online is usually the actual sales price. Now, the next unexpected cost with buying a new construction home is structural options. So structural options are things that impact the home's physical structure, like adding another room, adding a main level office, finishing the basement, adding an extra bathroom, adding a deck, adding an extra 500 square feet, things like that. And I've seen people spend above $150,000 on structural options alone. So you just have to be mindful. Just because it's an option doesn't mean you have to go for every single option. Just pick the structural options that are most important to you. Then you have your design studio options. And this is where you're picking your cabinets, flooring, appliances, backsplash, lighting, countertops, and more. And these design options can add up very quickly, especially since you actually go to a design studio which has all these beautiful options to look at, and it can easily put you in a feel-good emotional state, which makes it very easy to spend way above your budget. So between the structural and design options, this is where a big portion, the spread between the base price and the actual sales price occurs. Now, the next unexpected cost is going to be grantor's tax. So here in Virginia, you have something called a grantor's tax, which is basically a transfer tax that is paid directly to the state and the county. And with resale homes, it's always paid by the seller. However, some new construction builders will make you, the buyer, pay for that tax. Now, not all builders make the buyer pay the tax, but it's something you want to look out for, so that way you're not surprised at closing. So unfortunately, I did buy a new construction home that required me, the buyer, to pay the grantor's tax. So I got stuck with that tab, and I ended up having to pay $2,000 out of pocket. which I was definitely not expecting to pay at the beginning of the process. Now the next unexpected cost is going to be lot fees. So the basic premise of lot fees is the better and more desirable lot, the higher the lot fee is. For example, a lot that backs to a lake or a private wooded backyard will have a much higher lot fee than a house that is sandwiched between 5 other homes with very little privacy. Now I definitely got lucky on this one as my lot fee was only $1,000, but I've seen lot fees, especially for single family homes, be as high as $100,000. So lot fees are definitely an unexpected cost that 99% of people do not realize until they're discussing terms and pricing with the builder sales rep. Now the next unexpected cost is capital contribution fee. Now this will definitely vary from community to community and builder to builder, but what a capital contribution fee is, it's a one-time fee paid at closing that adds money to the HOA's reserve. So since you're moving into a brand new HOA, and the HOA has to have a certain amount of money in the reserves because they have things to pay like payroll, landscaping crew for common grounds, amenities, maintenance, and just to take care of any repairs that may need to be done to the common areas. So I personally did not have to pay a capital contribution fee. However, I just helped a client close on a new construction home probably 2 months ago, and they had to pay a $2,500 capital contribution fee. And this is definitely an unexpected cost associated with buying a new construction home. Now the next unexpected cost is gonna be washer and dryer. So a lot of builders don't actually offer a washer or dryer, and if they do, they charge an obscene amount. So with my new construction home, the washer and dryer was not part of the appliance package, so I could have bought it through the builder, but I chose not to since it was a 50% markup. So I bought a washer and dryer from Home Depot and it had it delivered the day after closing. So I believe a washer and dryer should be part of the total appliance package, but unfortunately it usually is not. So I ended up having to spend $2,000 out of pocket for a washer and dryer, and this was definitely an unexpected cost I was not expecting. Now the next unexpected cost is gonna be blinds and curtains. Blinds and curtains is definitely something most people don't think about until they're actually close to moving in. And that's when they realize, whoa, I don't want the whole neighborhood seen inside of my house, so you 100% will have to buy blinds or curtains. And depending on how many windows you have and the type of blinds, it can cost anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000. Now, quick pro tip on blinds, and this is what I personally did. I didn't hire a company to install the blinds for me. I just ordered the blinds on Amazon and I installed them myself. All you need is a power drill and a ladder, and if I can do it, you definitely can do it. But I saved a ton of money by doing it myself. So how did I personally go from a $580,000 base price to a $665,000 final sales price? I'll give you a quick overview of the upgrades I chose to do. Now you could just buy a new construction home at base price with 0 options, but I'll tell you this, your home will literally look like it's from the 1980s. And I know there's a lot of people out there saying, I'll just do everything myself. Well then what's the point of buying a new construction home? Just buy a resale home if all you're gonna do is just gut the whole thing and remodel it. So me personally, I wanted the builder to do at least 90% of everything I really wanted. So I personally bought a townhouse style condo in Ashburn. It's 2,500 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 3 bath with a 1-car garage. So some of the structural options that we picked was adding a rooftop terrace, which was a $27,500 option, but this was a non-negotiable for my wife and I, as we had to have a rooftop terrace, and it was one of the #1 reasons why we chose this community and style of home. Now another structural option that we picked was adding a main level office and a walk-in pantry, which cost us $8,000, which has 100% been worth every single penny, especially since my wife works from home. Now the next structural option that we picked was upgrading from a standard kitchen to a gourmet kitchen, which cost us $3,200. Now looking back, I probably wouldn't do this option again because all it does is changes it from a range oven to a double oven with a cooktop and an exhaust fan. So I'm not quite sure that was worth $3,200. Now it looks way better, but we definitely lost some cabinet space with this option. So as you can see, I've already spent $38,000 on the structural options and I haven't even picked my design options yet. So when you're at the design studio, you're picking everything. Picking your flooring, your cabinets, your countertops, your lighting, your appliances, basically everything inside of the home. And it goes by level. For example, you'll have levels 1 through 4 cabinets, you have levels 1 through 4 appliances, you have levels 1 through 4 countertops, things like that. Now, some of the biggest ticket items that we ended up spending money on at the design studio was LVP flooring all throughout, which was about $15,000. Next, we spent $3,500 on cabinets. Now, we did pick the highest level cabinets because we really wanted to have cushion close. Next, we spent $3,000 on ceiling lighting because I'm a big believer in having as much lighting as possible in your home. Then we spent about $6,000 on our quartz countertops for our kitchen and bathrooms. And we did end up going with the highest level countertops, and that's because countertops are very important to us, but at the end of the day, you have to do what's most important for you. And then we spent about $4,500 on our appliance package. Now, we ended up going with the middle package, but I really wanted the most expensive appliance package, but at the time, it was just a little bit out of our budget. So we ended up spending roughly $40,000 at the design studio. As you can see, this all added up very quickly as we ended up spending $85,000 on structural options, design options, and all the unexpected costs. And this is how we went from a $580,000 base price to a $665,000 final sales price. Now I want to share with you my best money-saving tip when it comes to buying a new construction home, which could potentially save you tens of thousands of dollars. And that tip is try to get in as early as possible to a new construction community because the first couple of phases, they're gonna sell for a lot less compared to the last phases of the community. Let me share with you a story. I helped a client go under contract on a new construction townhouse in Ashburn back in 2021. And the contract price was $550,000. And by the time he closed on the home 9 months later, his exact same model was now selling for $650,000. So he literally had $100,000 in equity by the time he closed, all because he got in the community 9 months earlier. And I don't know about you, I would love $100,000 of equity right out the gate. Now I know this does take a lot of luck and timing, but if all possible, get into a new construction community as early as possible because this can save you tens of thousands of dollars. So if you're even thinking about buying a new construction home in Northern Virginia, reach out to me, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Just know I got your back. And if you want to learn more about living right here in Northern Virginia, check out these videos right here. They're gonna be great ways to continue your research. And I'll see you on the next video.